And speaking of Halloween, is it the new start of the traditional holiday shopping season? In this morning's U.S. Bank Economic 360, U.S. Bank Senior Vice President Mike Denneman joins us with a preview of the holiday shopping season. He's with Business Watch producer Kelly Leon in the studio. Mike and Kelly.
Thanks so much, Mike. I can't wrap my head around this. Holiday shopping is supposed to be for Christmas.
Right.
But it's changing.
It is. It is. And so, this is something that we've talked about in the past, how over time the definition of holiday shopping has changed, right? Mm-hmm. This idea that it's this nice, compact little period of 5 weeks between Thanksgiving and Christmas, that's really pretty much a thing of the past, right? But it's still the king of the hill as far as retail is concerned, the biggest event in the year by far. For this year, the estimates range on the low end from $700 billion up to $1 trillion that may be spent. That's a growth of maybe 4 or 5% over last year. So just huge numbers. But it's the timing of when those dollars are spent that's really changing. It seems to get earlier and earlier every year, of course. But then, if we kind of broaden the scope, there's a string of events throughout the autumn that really kind of lump together into one larger holiday shopping event that really, if you think about it, almost stretches back into the late summer. Mm-hmm.
Well, and Tuesday is Halloween. You have your Halloween tie. You've been contributing.
Right.
How does Halloween factor into
this?
Sure,
it plays a huge part. In fact, a growing part. Again, when we spend on ties, costumes, candy, decorations, all of that together, they're estimating that it might be $9 billion this year. So that's
just on Halloween?
Just on Halloween. So that's a big number, although it pales in comparison to Christmas.
Right.
But it's the growth of that number that really gets attention. This year, probably 8 to 9% ahead of last year, which had a similar growth rate in and of itself. So it's really just exploding. And so if you're a retailer, that nothing scary about that. That's nothing but good news, right?
That's good news for you. What else in the fall besides Halloween?
Well, and so, this isn't necessarily a holiday. In fact, if you're a kid, you'd say it's definitely not a holiday. But back to school shopping factors into this as well. It's estimated that about $80 billion was spent on back to school this year. It's also growing at about the same clip as the Halloween spending, so ahead of the typical holiday spending. And so if you think about it, you kind of string these events together. If you connect the dots, you really see a lot of overlap. We've got back to school starts in late July, and then that goes almost right into Halloween, which goes right into Christmas. So if you're a retailer, you can see that that's 5 solid months of consumer spending, and so that's good news.
And even Thanksgiving.
Even Thanksgiving, Columbus Day is in there as well. So 2017 started off really on the rough side for retailers, but it looks as if it's going to close on a high note. And so big picture, that's good news. Our economy very dependent on retail, very dependent on the consumer. So if we're getting these nice increases for the economy as a whole, that's encouraging.
All right, sounds good. Well, I still have to get out and buy my Halloween candy, so I'll be contributing in the days ahead.
The economy appreciates that.
Thanks, Mike. Okay.